All right. Right now I'm playing the intro. We'll do that for 5 minutes, and then we'll go.
You can play the intro for 5 minutes.
Well, just to get people in here. I gotta start posting.
Oh,
Hey, like,
okay.
I'm going live and all that stuff.
I was like, oh, that sounds kind of hard.
Right now I'm playing the intro. We'll do that.
So, how long are you expecting to go like live when you do these?
Probably like no more than an hour.
Oh, okay. I didn't know if you were gonna be like, "Oh, this is a 24-hour live. I hope
Nah,
you ready."
nah,
You did not warn me on that one.
nah. Man, I would never. I don't got it in me to do 24 plus hours, man.
Are those Boruto mangas behind you? I feel like you told me, but I just
Yeah, it's Attack on Titan, Black Clover, Boruto, Chainsaw Man, Kaiju number 8.
oh, I'm glad. Are you caught up with Chainsaw Man?
Yes, sir.
I'm not all the way caught up. I did like a huge skip and caught up from chapter 95 to kind of like where it's at now. Not all the way to like 140 because I was like rewatching the series today and I seen something where it was like Maki versus Deck I can't even think his name. Diki the main character. So
Denji.
then I was Denji. I don't know why I was thinking Dinky. Um, Seeing them go against each other, and then I had to look it up in the manga. That is crazy. I didn't. That was a nice little fight. Then I had to look it up and basically learn she was the control demon. All of this crazy
Mm-hmm.
shit.
Mm-hmm.
And then like even they like fight was kind of like crazy. And then it was like I don't know, the main thing I didn't get from it since I skipped just to the fight was her reason for the fight. That's the one thing I didn't get. I did get the part when I guess he ate her like in his meals like every day so she wouldn't come back. Then you get the little form of her and the other little girl. I guess that's just the control demon, not monkey type shit. Which is interesting because I like the fact that it's like that the girl likes him type shit because she won't allow him to basically date anybody else type shit. Which is kind of funny, but I think it's cool little arrangement they got for him. I think it is like a huge turn from the series though. Like, you know what I mean? Like from the beginning you think it's gonna be like these three characters and now like all of them are gone. Now it's like we're back to high school. It's kind of interesting.
All right, we'll do. Give like another minute.
Oh, one thing I guess is the Gun Devil dead? That's probably the next arc, ain't it?
Yeah.
Oh, I probably need to go back and relook at it. 'Cause I gotta even see why she was even trying to fight them. Cause she was doing pretty good in that fight though, but I didn't like that. I guess like when she take damage, I guess she's mind controlling. How do she like change like get the damage from her to them? Like I don't get that. That's the interesting thing.
Yeah,
They,
I'll have to do a reread of Chainsaw Man.
oh, I was gonna be like, is that something I need to like go back and relook at, or can you even remember that? Because like even when she survived the shooting thing, they never show how she like recovered from that damage. But they did say that I guess if he didn't eat her the way she did, she would have revived. But how the fuck is she doing that? Like not really explaining that. But I guess. But I like the fact he took her dogs and everything. I'm like this man, great G that shit.
Oh, so you haven't read part 2 yet?
I haven't read all the way through it. No. I've
Yeah.
gotten to the part where you got the war demon taking control of that girl and Denji's living with the reincarnation of
Naruto.
the Naita, yeah. I'm like right around there and then I got to the part where I guess he got kidnapped and they were threatening to kill her and some other shit and yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
But it's
It's not the same, but it's still good.
It's interesting. I feel like it takes a different route though from like I feel like the beginning of the series is where it's peaked. Like that's the peak of the whole show to me.
Oh
Like
yeah,
in
because
the
it
series,
was wild.
man. Even like the whole like my favorite episode is the first one, just seeing Poochie and their relationship and him basically becoming his heart and everything.
Yeah.
I liked that. That was pretty cool.
Are you ready?
Yep, yep. Oh, everybody here.
Yes, welcome guys. Welcome to our very first live together with me and Ray Sean from the Art Gap podcast. I'm greatly appreciated you being you here. And we have a great episode for you guys. We'll be ranking all of the Boruto manga arcs before the time skip. There is a lot of great arcs, but there is some forgettable ones that people might not even remember, due to the notes I have. Because mind you, even Ray Sean was like, "Wait, we had an arc like that?" Yes, we did, and it's more at the beginning of the Boruto. But before we start, Ray Sean, where can you tell the viewers out there where can they find your podcast?
You guys can find my podcast on all your podcasting platforms such as Spotify, Apple Music, and even on Google. I think it's Music or something. We just put ourselves on there and Amazon.
Nice. But before we get into it, what anime are you watching right now?
Right now, I was just talking about it. It's Chainsaw Man. That's what I've watched today. I've been watching a lot of old anime. I've been trying to get into a lot of these new anime that have come out this season because there's a lot of isekais and a lot of action anime that I've already read, like in the manga and stuff. But I like to give things about 6 to 7 episodes before I dip into them, because I like to kind of binge stuff. That's just me personally.
Have you started watching Soul Living yet?
I haven't.
Oh,
But my
it's
friend
good.
told me
It's
it
good.
just started
It's
getting
good.
good. So I'm like, I know that's on my list to watch. I might start it like I like to like for me to watch like you Bleach. I watch that every week because it's an exciting show. See, I don't like to watch shows before because then I might stop watching it because I'd be like, dang, it didn't catch me. That's why I like to binge shows.
So right now I'm watching Soul Leveling, and I'm not gonna spoil it for you, but when you get to the statue scene, oh my god! I don't know if you heard about the statues. It's crazy.
Okay. So it just give me like a what is the gist of the show? Like it's
Honestly, it's
the,
like an RPG game. Like he gets his power where he can add inventory, level up his strength by beating bosses, training. He can pick strength, agility, defense. So he
so
can
is this like an isekai world? Like do you get teleported somewhere else or some shit?
something like that. They go into dungeons, to fight creatures and also the bosses, to get items and stuff like that.
Okay.
Yeah, it's pretty good.
I'm gonna have to definitely give this a shot, man.
Right now, I'm also watching One Piece. Starting the Egghead arc, which is pretty good.
They started that.
Yes. And are you caught up with? This is not a spoiler for you, right? With a certain fight coming up with Law and somebody else.
And
Blackbeard?
it's not Black. Yeah, I know that fight's coming up, and I
My
know
God.
is that's coming up
Yes.
in the show.
Yes, it's literally the next episode. The weekend it's gonna be a filler, but the following weekend is Law versus Blackbeard.
That fight has a nasty result too, because I don't like what happens, but it seems like it's coming to an end. You know what I mean? Just how they building stuff up. Because I kind of read the manga sometimes. I think 2 chapters I missed, but when I was watching it, just learning about the one dude with the pawpaw fruit, I can never remember their names
Kuma.
exactly. Bruh, his background story, the fact that he already knew most of these characters, and like it's kind of I love. There, is it Oda?
Yeah.
Great artist.
Yes.
He was a great artist.
Yes.
If he had all this shit already in his mind and already was doing all this concocted, he's a beast. He is hand down probably the best right now.
Dude, I'm not a really emotional person, but I almost cried during that backstory. That was really tough to read. Not because it was bad, just just so heartbreaking.
But I don't know. I like the fact it's for a character you knew that was powerful, but you didn't realize how important he actually was to the greater theme of everything. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So it's kind of like, damn, that I kind of want to see how much stronger I guess Luffy and his crew is gonna get, because now we about to get some other people who've been sitting back. I guess the five elders, and we about to see what these motherfuckers
Yes,
can do.
sir. Yes,
And we
sir.
already got a low key example, and it's kind of like, is this a devil fruit? Are these niggas devils? Or we sitting back like these the motherfuckers that was making the rules and everything? Like, you know what I mean? So it's like, but I do like the egghead dude. I wish he was more, a little bit more conniving, or like, you know how like you had those smart characters in every show where it's like, if those motherfuckers, or you see them, you know these motherfuckers are ready to get you. Like, I'm not surprised he doesn't like, I already got to sample all y'all blood. I know how to take you motherfuckers out. Like, it's just surprised that he's not going that route. But I guess it's with the story of One Piece, it kind of works that way, because it's never, you don't have that like smart bad guy killer type of character. Like Naruto, you have like Orochimaru, and Bleach, you got like Mairi. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
These characters you don't want to fucking see. Like,
So, do you miss the Boruto anime at all, or do you like it's good right now
yes,
with a break?
I don't, I like how they sort of do it, where it's kind of like they give you all the sub anime, then they wait after 150 episodes to then start bringing in the dub anime. So even when they're on a break, they're still giving you episodes because they're giving you the dub anime. So in my mindset, once they actually start getting really close to actually being at the end, that's when we're gonna get the next one. They're just kind of like building up the manga so they actually have enough to animate. And I give them props if they're actually taking this time, because all this shit that's happening right now, I need it animated.
Yes.
Like, I
Yes.
need it straight animated. And
Dude,
I wish they go straight into it, no fillers, no filler.
dude, chapter 6 was fire.
Oh yeah, I
Fire.
like that.
Beginning of
Uh,
possibly one of the best fights in all of Boruto.
and I like the fact that they seem to put a lot of the characters on the same level in that chapter. Because I like the fact that Miski was like, you know what, he's not the one for the job. I had to put him to sleep. You did what? Huh? What you do? You put him to sleep? Like, okay, all right, Miski, he about it. Like,
Yeah. What do you think when Boruto flew away like Neo from the Matrix?
oh, yeah, yo, props. And I like the fact that he's not as great as Minato at using the flying Raijin,
He's
but the
getting there.
man is pulling it out at the right moments, and it looked nice. And I like the fact that everybody was like, "Oh, if Naruto had this, or if he did." Boruto is about to pit all these motherfuckers into one person, and he's doing it because he already using the toes from Jiraiya. Now that from my Naito, it's just gangster set of moves. I love them.
Yo, depending how the series goes, I might have to add a Boruto tattoo on my arm, man, with the timeskip design, man. Because when I got Itachi and Sasuke, I'm thinking about putting, a Boruto timeskip design on me.
And then low key, if you think about it, Boruto is a mashup of almost all our favorite characters
Mhm.
in one person. Because I mean, a nigga could probably hit us with a Shidori at any moment right now, and we won't even be surprised. Like, did he do Shidori? Like, the fuck? Thought you needed a Sharingan. This motherfucker got something.
I'm hoping he does his own, style of Sasuke's go-to move when he defeated Itachi, the Kirin move. Oh my god! If he
Oh.
does his own move like that, goaded, goaded.
Yeah. I low key want to see Kashin Kojin just because they showed us in the other that he's still there. So I just want to be like, what is he doing? Like, is he just like going back getting more intel information? Because that's the type of ninja he is. But it's
Yeah.
like, what this man doing? They better not hit us with another chapter like, oh yeah, he got caught 3 months later. Like, oh what? You serious? Like, oh, that's bullshit.
All right, so we're gonna get into the Boruto ranking. I believe there's what 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 arcs. Yes, it sounds small, but there was about 70 plus chapters with all these arcs, and due to being monthly, that's the only thing that sucks about Boruto. If it was bi-weekly or bi-weekly, I would have been better with that. But with monthly, it just it gets you itching for one more. Especially when it always hits you with a cliffhanger.
True, and it seemed like it takes almost like a few months up to a year for just an arc to go past. And you really think about it, that's just 12 chapters. You know what I mean? That's not really. Hmm.
All right, so we're gonna first start off with the Momoshiki arc. The first 10 chapters of Boruto that gives us the introduction to Boruto. Also, we get the Shinki versus Sasuke fight, and the anime did it justice. Easily one of the best fights of all of Naruto. Also, we get the Chunin exam again. Granted, it's not as dark as Naruto, but it's still a Chunin exam. And I believe this is the part where people started disliking Boruto a lot because he cheated and he embarrassed everybody in the leaf. He also embarrassed his father because he's the Hokage. To do that in front of the entire village, I believe that's the part where everybody was like, I'm not really feeling Boruto. And that's where, the stain of his name throughout, the anime community was like, I'm not really feeling Boruto just because he's a cheater. Like, his father worked hard to be, where he's at today. And this kid has everything, a house, his family's alive, his father's a Hokage. And for him to cheat like that, I think that's where everybody was like, I'm not really feeling Boruto. Then we showcase, then we have Naruto saving the village in front of Boruto and he's seeing how strong his father really is. And I think that's where he realized, like, oh shit, my dad's pretty strong when Momoshiki was trying to, destroy the village. Also, we get Momoshiki versus Naruto and Sasuke. Once again, the anime did it justice. That fight was easy. To this day, I'll say a top five fight between Naruto and Boruto. That fight was truly amazing. Also, we see Boruto use the big ass Rasengan and showcase, how Naruto got here when they showed Jiraiya's hand, his mother's hand, his father's hand, just showcase everything he's been through to show, wow, my father's been through a lot. And him using that big ass Rasengan was truly, fire right there. Also, him defeating the god, what did Momoshiki say? Defeating the god always has, a purpose to it. And don't worry, your ending of the future is going to come to an end. And those blue eyes are going to take everything away, which, showcase later on. But what's your take on the Momoshiki arc?
The Momoshiki arc. I like some of the points you brought up. I kind of want to expand on the point about people not liking Boruto. I think a lot of it came down to for his main reason of like his hate. I guess you would say a little bit of hatred for Naruto for the fact that he wasn't there, and everybody's seen from Naruto perspective of actually not having family members. So it's like you actually can go to Naruto if you really needed to, but Naruto couldn't go to anybody. So I feel like, because I feel like that also kind of goes into the tuning exams and the fact that Naruto always had to work his ass off to show that he was on the same level for you to come in here to cheat. But I do like some of the other like things from this arc, from the fighting aspects, from Sasuke versus King Shiki. I love seeing him use the teleportation ability in
Yes,
that whole
yes.
fight. He really showed his arsenal. I like the fact that we got to know that our main characters are up there with the Osushis, low key. They ain't afraid of them. The Taijutsu fight with Momoshiki is probably one of the best, hands
Fire.
down,
Fire.
Naruto versus Sasuke moments ever, because they literally broke this man down. And I like the fact where it was like you got the five Kage there, and then they get they ass whooped, and then you got like Naruto Sasuke like, shit, I guess we gotta actually go. Like, you know what I mean? So then they actually start going out there and fighting that dude. I like the fact that Momoshiki like, hold up. I didn't know y'all had this much left, because I think he was draining half of Naruto energy before the fight even started. So the fact that that was Naruto, what probably how much chakra that was drained and was still able to stomp the shit out of him was crazy. And Loki gave Boruto that Rasengan base. I have to give this arc a low key peak to great.
Yes, I will put it in peak. It was so freaking great. And one of my favorite scenes is when Naruto uses the Rasen shirt again, and it's a fake, and it pops out with Sasuke. Then he uses his Rinnegan, teleports him close to Naruto. Naruto just punches the living shit out of him. That was fire. Also, we got the fusion of Kurama and the Susanoo
Yeah.
combined together. That right there was fire as well too. So many great moments in the Momoshiki arc. Gotta put it in peak.
Oh, it's two other things. Even when Momoshiki absorbed Kinshiki, I thought that moment was kind of lit because you got Naruto like, damn, he'll kill his own men, and you just looking around like, what, this the first time you seen that? I like the fact. No, I don't like the fact that we thought that Shukadai was gonna be like our second main type of character next to Boruto. Like I feel like they kind of fed that in the beginning,
Yeah.
and then he just disappeared. You're like, what? I know they ain't in the same division, but damn.
Yeah, I did like how they showed, the adopted son of Gaara. He was his sand power, or his iron power is really, really badass. And unfortunately, Naruto had to use the fake purple lightning to beat him, but still, he showcased that my man is OP and showcased that the other villagers are getting stronger while the hidden leaf is kind of slowly falling behind little by little.
Yeah, I mean, it also can also be the reliance of technology too, because I feel like if they change those tuning exams to the point where you could use everything that you are accustomed to using, I feel like the Leaf will still have they like advantage because I feel like a lot of their ninja are getting more used to using these abilities. And I don't know if it's this part of this arc or this it was a fight he has with Boruto where he uses the fake hand and actually starts absorbing jutsu and stuff with it. I don't
Hmm.
know if that's just an anime thing, but I like the fact I think if they did get to use all their stuff, the Leaf would still be top.
Granted, the Boruto tuning exam was okay. The Naruto tuning exam is goaded. Is goaded. I wish. I know that this times there's peace. 15 years later, but if we could have got a darker version of the tuning exam, that right there would have been fire.
Yeah, but I feel like it's harder too because you have two different type of characters. I feel like following Naruto through the Chunin exams is always going to be a lot more funner because you're watching it from almost an underdog perspective. From when you're watching it from Boruto, you kind of want to see it from a more of a these motherfuckers ain't on my level type of shit. And then you didn't get that. You got to the point where he was fighting Sugar Die, and you were like, about to lose? Like, if I was Naruto, I would have been like, hold up. Like, what's going on right now? I'm like, that's interesting. I know you probably can't say it too loud because I mean, Shikamaru right next to you. Like, but you'd be like, that's little crazy right there.
All right, so we both agree Momoshiki arc definitely deserves to be peak.
Oh, for sure, for sure.
All right,
Some of
move.
the greatest fighting.
Oh yeah, definitely. To this day, people still talk about those fights in the beginning of the Momoshiki fight. That right there is classic moment and Boruto. All right, next up we got probably the most forgettable arc in all of Boruto. Not really people really remember this. It's only short. It's only 5 chapters. It was a Mujin bandit arc where we get the intro to the Tento. His father is one of the richest person in all of the world. His father comes to the Hidden Leaf. Do some business with the Hokage and other people in the Hidden Leaf. He gets kidnapped. The head leader, Shoju, him and Baruto fight. He defeats him using the giant Rasengan, and then we see the intro to Kara, and just basically giving us the new Akatsuki members, basically quote unquote group of Baruto, which is the Kara members. But it's really a really forgettable arc. The fight was okay, but to this day, to me it's really forgettable and only 5 chapters long. It didn't really have a big lasting impact in the rest of Boruto. I mean, granted, yes, they introduced the Kara members, but after that, it was really forgettable in my opinion. For me personally, I'm probably gonna give it a D.
I'm gonna have to give it a D. I barely remember anything from this arc because like even we were talking about this in the beginning, I was like, well, what arc is this? And I low key thought this was the arc when they were going against the 7 ninja swordsmen. But I will say, I realized we did miss an arc from our list that I low key want to talk about, but it's not on here.
All right, so we'll both agree it's definitely a D. So Rayshawn, you could take mantle of the vessel arc. So you want to talk about it?
Oh, okay. I'll talk about the vessel arc. This is basically where we are shown Kawaki. He is brought to us into the audience. First is basically you have the vessel being stolen by AKA Kawaki. The blimp crashes. Kashin Koji burns Victor since he had a bad one. AOA assaults from the Fourth War. Now it's half machine and human. Oh, you're talking about the main dude. I can't think of his name. But
Ow.
this is the dude who had the owl. He had the Byakugo
Yeah.
eye type of shit, and pointed out what's his name for having Sushui's eye. Boruto versus Owl. You have Koji's first appearance in the front of Team 7. Oh, this is when he basically was whooping what's his name ass.
Konohamaru.
Oh, hilarious when he first used the Rasengan.
Yes, yes.
that right there should have low key kind of showed us who he was, because he also even used the frog, but he had like a whole new frog. It came out with the little steam thing on the back. It's like technology crazy. Kaino, whoops, Kaino's ass, Canoe's ass.
Oh,
Oh,
Kunhamaro.
that's what that whoops Kano.
Yeah, it was definitely a small arc, but it was definitely good as well too. You know, you see Kasha Koji burning Victor. You know, he was a low key the person who had the blimp crash. Also, Boruto versus Ao was really really good as well too. It was definitely a great impact. I forgot the guy's name where he killed them, and just showcased that Boruto still has some Naruto in him. He could have easily killed Ao, but he said he let him live. He could have easily just killed him right there in that moment. So he showcased that what I am like my father. I'm not ruthless. Could have killed you right here. That fight was really good. The anime did it just as well too. And getting Kashi Koji's first experience in front of Team 7, seeing, a total, we're like, holy shit, Jiraiya is still alive. But, later on showcase, what it is. But it was really good, to see a homage of Jiraiya right there. So for the Vessel arc, I would give it a great arc. What do you think?
I think pretty nice arc, because this is also added in the Quaki fight where he fights the one of the stars.
Yeah.
So I have to give this a probably a great.
Yeah.
I'll put it in great because we got to see a lot more abilities from the karma. Boruto got to meet somebody who also had the karma, so I didn't just feel like it was just this one-off thing. It actually made it seem like it was more of a world thing, and there was probably going to be some problems with it. I like the fact when they actually figured out Kawaki was the vessel, because for a while they really didn't know what they were trying to grab. So when they actually figured out he was the vessel, I thought that was pretty cool. I like the fact that Boruto still does what you were saying, has that Naruto in them, because they basically see Kawaki on the ground, and I mean the first thing he wants to do is like, we need to go help this dude and figure out what's going on with him. Not suspicious, not thinking like, oh, we just see all these robots get destroyed. Maybe this guy is the one. Nope. Let's go over there and check on him, see what's going on. So yeah, I like this art. I have to pit it in great.
Yeah, it was the arc was only 2 volumes long, about what 6? I mean, it was about 9 chapters, so it was definitely a good small arc, but probably one of the best arcs of all the Boruto. Rachel, you want to talk about it? The Kawaki arc.
The the Kawaki art. Basically, you get the intro to Kawaki, the intro to the Kawaka mark, the Karma mark. Kawaki versus Goro. Oh, so you split these into two
Yeah.
different arcs. I said, okay. Kawaki calls the hidden leaf home. Naruto shows more compassion, which is probably one of the. It's low key crazy from the standpoint where you're like, dang, Naruto doesn't even know this kid, but from the standpoint of him being an outsider and Naruto having that inside him, you can feel it. I can see him showing compassion. Delta's invasion, Naruto versus Delta, nice little fight there.
Oh yes.
Uh, Jigen's surprise attack on Naruto Sasuke versus Jigen. The surprise attack with him stepping into the house of Naruto and like, oh my, I should have took my shoes off. I like
Boss.
the I like how they were trying to make Jigen in the beginning before he kind of goes kind of crazy, but I like the demeanor he has in that moment. Then like fighting the Joning, and he's like, "Is this the level of the Joning?" And you got Konohamaru getting his ass whooped again. Like I don't know if that's gonna be the running theme of the show, but I will say Konohamaru is he's ready to go out there for anybody. Maybe that's the type of person you want on your team. That person who really might get his ass kicked, but is always willing to go out there and get his ass kicked. But the fight between Jigen, Naruto, Sasuke, one of the best fights. Probably, I don't want to say it's better than the Momoshiki fight, but I like that we finally got to the point where they like we're gonna have to scale the show. This is where Boruto low key starts in my mind. After that fight, this is where they low key take that's the head role of the show. Next, you basically there's some more stuff you got Team 7 versus Baro trying to rescue Naruto, which is interesting fight because we get to see a new ability kind of being used in that fight. Baru Shiki is born. Oh, this is probably one of the like One
classic
of the best
moments.
moments. I'll say an awesome moment. I keep saying one of the best moments, but this is a pretty cool, epic moment seeing Boroshiki for the first moment, and because he low key just takes out Boro, who was like super crazy. Because I guess they made all like the top scars. I can't think of the actual name they were, but like the top scars were like super strong. Except for Delta. Delta didn't. I don't feel like she would have gave him as much trouble. I guess,
Yeah.
but that's just my opinion. Amato heads to the hidden leaf. Nice little moment. I like his whole when we go ahead and put this little collar on this nigga neck because when we because
Yo,
I need
he
some
asked
type of
Shikamaru, who's like, yo,
insurance.
if you want me to kill your son, let me in.
I
Let me
mean, I
in.
seen what I did to that tree. Low y'all want that to happen to him, low key. So I like that. Ishiki versus Kojo was a nice fight. I liked the whole mindset of Koji through that whole fight that I was made specifically to take you out, and then like Ishiki basically hit him with motto what he would have basically made you to basically beat me. You already did what you needed to do. So we were left on that little cliffhanger of what's going to happen if those niggas ever meet again. Baryon mode, probably the strongest version of Naruto we will ever see.
Ever.
Which was boss. Because I love every moment they make Naruto nice. Because he doesn't have the best skill set where it's like as diverse as Sasuke. But the fact that a lot of his move set is Rasengan, Taijutsu, and like using his energy to like make different hands and stuff, it makes for some of the best fight moments. Because just to see this dude like punching that dude in the face and all like just using his taijutsu and catching his rods and everything. You're like, bro, Naruto is a monster. Like they can hit Naruto and give him the power he needs. This man
All
would be looking like a
all he
monster in
used
every
were
fight.
these right here.
But bro, just straight pause that whole fight. Like even the one punch when he sent them into the water, I'm like, oh, he look. And I like the fact that we kind of get to see from the point of view of like you know how every person is like, I'm strong, but this person is like super strong. And so I like seeing like from that Sasuke when he's like looking down on the ground after he got stabbed, like, oh, he wasn't doing this before. Like, what the fuck is going on right now? It was like, this is why I follow your dad, right? Because you never know what shit get to hit the fan. Naruto always come through in the end, so I fuck with that. Um, Buroshiki takes over at the end of this fight. Chief shot the shit out of Sasuke. This right here has to be one of the. If I was Sasuke, I don't know how I look at Boruto after this. To me, I probably had that Shikamaru mindset, low key. Like you never know who's in that body at any time because the motherfucker just took out my eye. But that's not even the worst part of this. I know the Renegon everybody favorite, but I mean the Nine Tails dying at the end. I like the fact that he took the burden of what I guess it was supposed to happen because he low key lies to Naruto and tells him it's gonna kill both of them, to it just killing him at the end. And it hurts you because of the fact when they do it and you see the flashbacks of like all the moments with Naruto and low key realize from an older fan perspective, we grew up with the Nine Tails,
Yes,
man.
yes.
We seen him when he was all diva like, didn't want to help the motherfucker to the point where he's his best friend. You know what I mean? So just seeing him disappear and realizing that Naruto's losing a huge amount of power was crazy. So I have to low key give this art peak. This is low key one of the arcs that brought me back in. I liked it from all perspectives, from a model coming to the hidden leaf even though he's talking like all the cards are folded because he's already on the last rim. So anything he say is like, you know what I mean? I'm already gonna die. Like if y'all don't accept me here, is where else am I gonna go? So I liked his control in the moment and also being humble in that moment too, to the fact of where Naruto can say, just on my word as Hokage, And that was enough for a model to just give him the information. Shows you how much respect people have for Naruto as Hokage. This arc is just amazing. It's just from Naruto. It just gives you a lot of Naruto fights. Naruto gives you a good moment with the Delta, so you kind of think he's going to be this own, maybe on the same level as Ishiki, to going against Ishiki and getting his ass clapped, to getting sealed, to him having to get saved, to them hearing they got to go fight a stronger version of him, and Naruto looking like, damn, like why I sign up for Hokage? So now our characters are main weapons are gone.
Yes,
This
like,
arc did it.
yeah, especially in the beginning of the arc, we get introduced to Kaoki and showcasing how ruthless he really is, especially in that Garo fight. At first, Garo was getting upper hand, so he's like, you know what, enough of this shit. I'm gonna activate the karma mark. And then you see Boruto's karma mark activate at the same exact time, basically saying that it's intertwined with each other. When it's activated, hit Boruto's can activate as well too, because we never knew what was that mark on Boruto's hand until we met Kaoki. And then when he blasts Garo away, and he just says, yo, goodbye, you fucking pig. I'm like, ooh, hoo, hoo. And then you see a blast going up to Boruto. He's able to absorb the karma. And that scene right there was really, really badass. And then, he gets to the hidden leaf. In Naruto fashion, he's going to show somebody compassion just because he saw himself in Kaoki, having no family, getting treated like shit. Somebody who's hard-headed just like him. And he, show him that fatherly love. To the point, unfortunately, Kaoki did get a little too obsessive, especially towards the end, which was detriment to Naruto because he took that to the heart. I mean, granted, I understand, he never had somebody to love and care for him. Also, gave him a home, was a brother with Boruto, sister with Himawari. Like he never had none of that. And for him to go crazy, that was a little crazy. Then we get the Delta fight. When Naruto just kept going Rasengan, kept going to she overheated and just blew the bitch up. That right there was a really good fight as well too. And then what you talked about too, when Jigen came to Naruto's house, he was like, oh shit, I forgot to take off my shoes, man. That right there was just a cold moment. I really love that as well too. And then we get the Naruto and Sasuke versus Jigen fight. Easily one of the best fights. And this is the first time we see our favorite main characters get their asses whooped. We see Jigen kick Sasuke off the Susanoo. We never seen that shit before. And then we see Naruto get kicked out of the Jubi form with Kurama. That right there was fucking crazy. And then we get, the Baro fight with Team 7. We see Sado use the Chidori for the very first time. That was fire as well, too. And then we see, Baro, which he turned to Ursula, which is weird. But he was pounding the shit out of Baro. So just really, he basically killed them at that time. So he transformed to Borishiki and just whooped the living shit out of him. Then took chakra from Naruto, then used a giant Rasengan to destroy Baro. That right there was pretty far as well too. Then we get Amado come to the village, put in that time bomb on Shikadai. He was like, yo, guys, if you want this kid to die, let me in. I got some shit to tell you. That right there was a fire moment. Ishiki versus Kashikoji, that fight was really good as well too. And then we see, Ishiki telling Kashikoji, your fate is just like the person you was created by, Jiraiya. That was another cold line right there as well too. Then the Baryon mode, Mike Tyson in his prime, beating the shit out of Ishiki to the point where he lost, all life form. Then Borishiki with the stab to Sasuke. To this day, I'm like, oh my god, man. How the fuck, with the omnipotence, you forget the man who took your Renegon away?
I would feel that.
Then one thing I love what the anime did better than the manga. It hurt me more when Kurama died in the anime more than he died in the manga. I feel like turn the page, that was it. But the anime, they just show them both of them growing up together when he was a kid, so he's an adult, and they see Naruto just crying. That right there really hurt me as well too. That right there was a really, really good moment. And I gotta agree with you, it was definitely peak.
Yeah, it's some amazing. This arc really is what pushes almost the whole manga going serious. Like where I say this is the arc where Kawaki and Boruto low-key starts to become more of the main characters. Mm-hmm. This is the arc, man.
All right, next up we have the Code arc, which I'll let you finish that up as well too.
Okay. Let me just. All right. the Cold arc. This is probably one of my favorite arcs too. Okay, kind of starts with the awakening of Ada and Daemon. Two of my favorite characters right now that we have in the series, low key. And still haven't even been proven to be matched in strength, which I do think they are now. But low key, from this point, from where we are covering, they are the strongest characters. Kawaki conflicted with not having the karma mark. Man, because this is low key something we a little bit didn't really say in the last arc, but this was something that happened when Jigen lost the when Ishiki actually took over Jigen. He lost the karma mark, which is pretty cool, and I like the fact that Amato was broke that down. Boruto taking the drugs,
Crackhead.
which was hilarious because if you think about it from the perspective of Amato telling Naruto like, yeah, I made these drugs. They may or may not work. They could kill him. You know what I mean? Like,
But
it's so many side effects of these drugs. Like, but he's like,
what's worse?
if it was my kid, like, like,
What's worse, him telling Momoshiki or him become the drug addict? I want you to pick and choose your poison.
And I like the fact that Naruto even has to break it down to Boruto before he gives them, and Boruto just popped the bitch in his fucking mouth. If I was Naruto, I would have been like, "That is not a great sign. It's not going to go. It'd be a drug addict." But you just got to do what you got to do. You also get the Code invades the Hidden Leaf. Nice fight. Some crazy moments come in this. Kawaki goes by himself. Cole whoops his ass. There's a lot of ass whooping that gets brought in here. And
a lot of ass whooping.
The fact that we ain't even on Cole being the one that's getting his ass whooped, just know we ain't even at the main part yet. Boruto versus Cold, nice. I like the little save he comes in and do. Boruto seems to have nice little save moments every once in a while. Barushiki is back and causes mayhem. He basically gets kind of forced back out into this fight because Code is whooping ass. You know what I mean? Especially, when your hands is against the wall, sometimes some shit gotta happen. Almost kills Naruto. Talking big game in this fight because I think Shikamaru was even about to be killed in this fight. Everybody low key was gonna die in this fight because it just was crazy. Naruto, but Kawaki reactivating his karma mark. Nice moment. Not gonna say one of the greatest moments, but it was a nice moment because it put him back into the fight. Because Loki, seeing him on the sidelines, knowing he used to have that power and know how to use it the most, is crazy to me. And basically gave it back to him from Amato without his consent. Boruto versus Kawaki. Kawaki killing Boruto. What? I'm mad you didn't bullet point this because it's a great bullet point, but the reaction we get from Naruto seeing Boruto gets killed in front of him. Probably some of the best story progression we've gotten from Naruto. Because this man was about to be folded. Like, if you could have killed Naruto in any moment, it was right there. Because this man literally snapped out of Sage mode, could not withstand Sage mode. But the fact that killing Kawaki was not on his mind.
That's crazy, man. To take your son right in front of your face and you still don't have the mindset like, yo, you kill my son, I'm gonna kill you too. Love that.
And was mad that Shikamaru even brought it up. He was
he literally told you, yo, shut the fuck up. My son's dead. I'm holding him. Shut the fuck up.
The karma mark, Kawaki versus Code. We get to he gets his little vengeance back from the beginning of this fight because he was getting his ass whooped, but with his mark back, is we 1-on-1. Cole saves himself using Damon reflectability, which is nice because he told us what the ability was like.
But I didn't see how powerful it was.
when I tell you these are the two strongest characters we have seen from the points that we are covering today on this live, showed you right there.
Yes, going to the starting with the cold arc, Ada and Damon awakening. We're finally getting more characters introduced in Boruto instead of our typical Shigadai, just the kids growing up, just the kids, and now we're seeing more characters that belongs to Boruto themselves. That right there was pretty cool, and seeing Ada awakening, showcasing her power, how strong her ability, OP ability is, where she could see literally everything was going in the future. I mean, currently before into the current present as well too. Then we see Damon just being a pure savage, giving Bug, making his life a living hell, and showing that me, I'm the strongest in this universe. Then we get conflicting and having the karma, just thinking like, did I make the right decision? Am I still strong enough to protect Naruto? If a threat comes with Cole, coming to Hidden Leaf, can I still protect Naruto? Mind you, this right here, we start seeing the real obsession with Naruto with Kaoki, and it start getting a little crazy. I'm like, man, like this man's a Hokage for a reason. I think he could protect himself, even though he loves Kurama. Like he still has Sage mode, and Kaoki's like, no. I need the Karma. I don't know if I could do this without saving Kawaki. Then, like you said before, Boruto taking drugs. That right there was, I didn't expect that. For him to to contain Momoshiki by taking the drugs, is thinking like how did Amado even know about these drugs, and how can it weaken Suzuki from taking over her body? Like there's so many things about Amado that we don't even know to this day, even after the time skip. Then we get Cole, going after the Hidden Leaf. Kawaki goes by himself, and unfortunately with no Karma, he's just like me and you, average, getting his ass whooped. Boruto comes in. We see him using, the Karma, and he's able to, control some of the Momoshiki's power, and that was pretty good as well too. But unfortunately, after so long, you knew the goal was coming back. Momoshiki takes over and starts causing up a mayhem all over, just fucking everybody up. And I love the cockiness of Momoshiki pops up. I just love it. I love it because he makes it, great when he's pop up. Like he's leaving a lasting imprint when Momoshiki pops up. You always know that. And then he almost kills Naruto, but Kaoki, gets a Karma again without his consent. Amado just put it there because he knew that he needed, Karma to protect Naruto, and Amado just had these tendencies ahead, planned everything ahead because we know what could happen as well too. Later on, we found out why. And then we get Boruto versus Kaoki. That fight was really, really good. The anime did it just as well too. And then Boruto, getting some consciousness as well too. He tells Kaoki, "Yo, bro, let's do it." And just one shots him through his fucking chest, which was crazy. And I'm like, holy shit. And then we get Momoshiki, he's like, yo, you fucking idiot. I gotta bring you back to life. Like, I can't, do what I gotta do if you're dead. And just makes him, basically 100% Osusuki fight with him, making that karma mark over his chest. That there looked badass. And he told him, if you die again, this is it. I'm done. I can't do this again. I can't. This is a one-time thing. And that was pretty cool as well too. And like you said before, Naruto just going complete crazy, seeing his son die right in front of him before he came back to life. And that right there, and Shikamaru was like, "Yo, Naruto, get together." He's like, "Yo, my man, my son just died. Like, yeah, I'm the Hokage, but my son just died. Like, shut the fuck up. If your son died, and it's true. Like, if Shikadai was to die in front of Shikamaru, I highly doubt he'll still have that calm, collect demeanor he has.
He was the bomb on his throat.
Exactly. And then, and then we get Kaoki versus Cole. That fight was really good as well too. Unfortunately, Cole's bitch ass. He's always doing a lot of bitch ass stuff. Before he got killed, he was, oh shit, I'm about to die. Let me take out Cole real quick, and reflected everything and knocked out Cole. That right there, was a good moment. And I agree with you as well too. That was, well, how would you rank it? Would you put it peak or would you put it great? I mean, personally, I put it great.
I'm gonna do peak.
Really?
And only reason why I'm gonna say it's peak because I like the introduction of Ada and Damon, and this fight right here was really lit because I just love seeing all these characters into play. You have Naruto who's like in Sage mode, and you're like, what the fuck is he gonna do? I wish they would have let him have more time.
I wish we could see adult Sage mode, see what he could have done without having Kurama inside of him.
Yeah, that would have been amazing just to see like what his power level reflect in there. But it seemed like he was more of a backseat in this fight because he was low key just watching Kawaki and Code fight in the beginning with Shikamaru. Because this was the point where Shikamaru was like, "Yeah, you can't just go off on your own anymore, Naruto. You don't have the nine tails." So this is interesting now because the fact now you got Naruto having to be more assisted with a team versus, oh, I'm the Hokage, let me run out there, Superman style type shit. So I would say Pete because I just like because it seemed like we started getting some real life effects from the previous arcs are affecting this arc, and you starting to see more of that obsession Kawaki has for Naruto to the point where it's like, how am I supposed to protect him? When
Yes.
it's like, no, that's not the way you should be looking at it at all. You should be looking at it as he is the Hokage. How what can I do to help the village as a whole type of thing versus let me just look at Naruto.
All right.
I think this is peak again.
I'll put that peak. So for all of you in here, please hit that like button, hit that subscribe button. Also, comment below. Do you agree with our list so far? So far, we have the Momoshiki at peak, the Kawaki arc at peak, Code arc at peak, the Vessel arc at great, and the Mugen Bandit arc at D. Do you guys agree with it? Comment below. Also, like the stream so we can put it out there that we are alive right now. And thank you for everybody that's viewing right now. Greatly, greatly appreciate it. And now we get into the final arc before the time skip.
Can we do one honorable mention first?
Yeah, go ahead. Bring it up.
It's the Mishki retrieval arc. I think it may be just anime related.
Yeah, see, I did all manga. That's why.
Because I was thinking about it when I was like, oh, it's the arc we miss, and I was like, that's when I was like, oh, the Mishki retrieval arc. It's not a lot of things I remember specifically. It's kind of goes similar to like the Sasuke retrieval arc when he leaves the village and everything. I know he sort of gets a summon in a snake summon during this. We get to meet Orochimaru and the team again. That was interesting. I forgot what was like the main reason, but I know like Miski was looking for his son, and then he was low key able to see that son within Boruto. So you get to kind of see more of their friendship develop, and also to figuring out that Miski is low key a clone made from. Now I'm not gonna say he's made exactly from Orochimaru. I think he is, but he's made from Orochimaru. I want to say it's not peak. It's a kind of a retelling of an art. I'm not gonna go great either. It's not like it has some like memorable fights or anything that's like stand out. But I do think it was kind of cool to mention, so I'm gonna put it in good.
From what I remember, the arc I was watching it week by week. It was a tough watch. So I'm like the arcs right at beginning when Mishki leaving all that stuff. That right there was pretty cool. But the middle of them going to the desert, it really, really dragged. Like it was a point like, come on, bro. Like I don't know if it'll be a finisher's arc, but then we get the Boruto versus Mitsuki arc, which I mean, Mitsuki fight, which we're gonna get in chapter 7. That right there was probably a little foreshadowing like what can happen. We see Kawaki defeating Boruto. This time around, I don't think it's gonna happen. Then we see one of the Kages. I think he died, right? The old head.
Oh yeah, yep, he did die in this too. Which what's his name? The main dude from the
But he held a meteor with his head.
The Tsuchi.
Yeah.
I can't think of his name. His main name.
Yo, Rachel, I'll never forget. The man stopped the meteor, right? The motto was like, "Say less." Here's another meteor.
I mean, you gotta give him props for the first meteor, but the second one, I'd be like, y'all asking for a little bit too much right now. Like, you gotta see how much this one was.
Yo, Motto was just in there like, he stopped this one. Stop another one.
It just went like when they do the flashback and Madara talking shit to them and was like, what the fuck y'all gonna do to us? Or type the leaf really showed you in that moment. It don't matter how old and how many techniques you think you learned. When you see power, you run. Like,
all right.
But we can go ahead back to the last arc.
Yep, the last arc before the time skip. The awaited arc that we all wanted to gam. When are we getting to the time skip? And this arc helped us get there. The prophecy arc. The beginning, I'm not gonna lie to Ray Sean, when we was doing our reviews back in the day, I'm like, man, this is kind of slow, but the payoff was all worth it. In the beginning, we got the real world Hidden Leaf edition because Ada Damon were living in the house, being recorded, and mind you, Boruto and Kawaki had to be there as well too, so they could all be babysitted in one household. I'm like, oh my god, bro! Like, remember I said it before. This is the real world Hidden Leaf edition because I'm like, these guys are becoming a reality TV show because mind you, Ada was unknown, Damon's the strongest. Boruto's wilding out because of Borushiki. Kaoki has a car mark. He's wilding out as well too. Let's put them in one household, watching together. That right there, I'm like, huh. Then we get Amado's shoe plans. Why he gave Kaoki the car mark? Because he wants to bring back his daughter alive, who looks like Delta. And I'm like, okay, but still, how does the car mark is able to bring somebody back from the dead? That right there, I'm like, does that mean Kaoki has to be sacrificed as well too? Because unfortunately, this kid needs a right as well too. You can't just take my life away to bring your daughter back. Like, there has to be some type of equivalent exchange, because like, you just can't give her the car mark and then you just, okay, no, I think Kaoki might have to pay the price as well too. So right there, we don't really know that much about it, but we find out that his daughter died from a sick disease, and that's why he got with the car members, try to bring back his daughter back to life, which is commendable, because I do have kids myself. So would I do the same thing? Possibly. Then we get the intro to Shibai, the strongest Osusuki, to be said that his power is so strong that he can roar and just make thunders just from his roars alone. And his character design was so freaking badass. And I think Shibai is the final villain of Boruto. As of right now, we got so much to go through first, and then we get to the last part. How it was. People don't like the Kaguya part, but I think Shibai will be the Kaguya part of Boruto, the final villain. And then Kawaki's obsession with saving Naruto. It got too sickening, man. To the point that he couldn't even control himself being in the house anymore. And he knew that the only way I could save Naruto if I kill all those Susukis, leaving nobody behind, even killing Boruto. And he knew that if he wants to kill Boruto, Naruto can't be around, because Naruto will save him, and he doesn't understand why he's doing it. So he goes to Naruto's house. And yo, bro, I'll never forget when Hinata smacks the living shit out of Kaoki, saying that, oh, I'm a failure because I didn't kill your son the right way. I'm like, holy shit. Mind you, Hinata never had a big part in Boruto. She was just a housewife, blah, 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 blah. That moment, she was like, nah, I'm a mother first, and smacked the fucking shit out of Kaoki. That right there was fire as well, too. And then Kaoki was saying, you know what? Fuck it. Hinata Naruto, see you later. Dimension time. I'm like, oh my god. And this is where, we get the infamous line from the beginning of Boruto, where Kaoki says, I'll send you where I sent the Lord 7, meaning to his dimension as well, too. And then this is where Kaoki's like, you know what? I'm wilding out now. And goes after Boruto. And then Sadaros is there too. And before his Kaoki was on go, he was going to kill Sadaros, but Boruto jumped in the way. And then he got that infamous scar that we all been wanting to know. Where did he get it? Also, then he runs away because he got stopped by Mitsuki. And bro, I'll never forget when Sasuke popped up and put that sword on his neck. And he was like, oh shit. And Sasuke was like, yo, my man, relax or you're done for. That there was a badass moment. Then, Kaoki shrinked away. And then he saw Ada in the forest, which changed the trajectory of Boruto. He was so upset with everything going on, wished for his role to be reversed. And then the opponents happened and just changed everything. What Kaoki is Uzumaki, and Boruto's the one who killed Boruto. That right there, I would have never in a million years thought this is how, the time skip would have happened with Boruto becoming, the villain of the Hidden Leaf. Then we get Sada unlocking her Makiko shotgun as well too, crying her heart out to Sasuke. Yo, Boruto's innocent. He's innocent. He's innocent. She doesn't know what's going on, but please save Boruto. And that's when him and Sasuke leave the Hidden Leaf, and Boruto still has that will, like his father and his grandfather, saying that I will come back, be the strongest, and I will stop, everything that's going on. And that's how the prophecy arc ends. To me personally, very slow in the beginning, but the payoff was fantastic. Yo, dude, the last 4 chapters before the time skip happened was 10 out of 10, 10 out of 10. And that right there was, to me personally, I will put it at peak. But what's your take on the prophecy arc?
Well, basically, kind of doing a little run through what you just kind of did. Get to figure out a model shoot plan. Everybody thought that it was like, I think everybody was foretelling it was something about his daughter, and we all kind of thought it was going to be Ada. Then it turned out to be Delta, and it was like, dang. But then it made sense because it seemed like he always did carry Delta's android body around, like even when he brings it back for Shikamaru and everything in this arc. The intro to Shibai is interesting, knowing that there was like a god form of those Osusuki. I love them bringing that into it. The fact that they had to pit him in that house was because Ada basically saying she wouldn't come over there because unless Kawaki was there because she loved Kawaki and her whole relationship. Like this was all just to be able to get her there because her abilities made her something that the Leap did not want to have to go against low key. Because if we remember correctly, they all were in a train together. I think Amato was with them, and then they just flew off and was talking to Naruto and Shikamaru like telepathically, telling them what it was gonna happen, low key, and they had to get that shit together for them. Then you get towards the end of the arc where things start to get crazy. You get the omnipotence, get to see an ability we never seen, low key on a level we still don't even understand because I think this is low key gonna be like the Oshushi guy, like Shibai type of power realm because being able to alter everyone's like mind and shit and switch the roles and then low key getting to see in the same chapter everyone going after Kawaki and then changing their blades to go after Boruto is crazy. It's I love the switch of mindsets and also the stuff that you learn earlier on. It's just it all pays off, especially with the time skip, seeing some stuff that's happening now. So Boruto leaving the village was nice. I like the whole mindset he has leaving the village. He does give you that whole Naruto feel. I'm gonna come back and do everything and turn everything back around. And the fact that I think this is where he says he's not truly mad at the situation of Kawaki. Like he understands from like his points of view of like what was going on, which I have to give him props for that because that is
I ain't doing
Naruto
that.
esque, but that is hard to be to look at it from that point of view. I think that's probably one of the moments that probably helped Sasuke be like, maybe I can follow him a little bit because you know he does kind of remind me a little bit. But to me, it always kind of throw me off that people can look at Boruto, see Naruto, look at Kawaki, and be like,
Ah.
nah, that's Kawaki, his son. Like, you know, like to me, I feel like I'll be sitting there like, are you sure? Like maybe Hinata was playing around a little bit and just told Naruto that was his son type shit. But I have to agree, it's a great arc, but I don't know if I can pit it exactly at peak because you are right, the beginning was kind of slow. But if it's just those last few chapters, it's peak. But I'm gonna have to throw it in great.
Yep, I agree with that. I'll put that grade too as well, and that definitely got to agree. But for all the viewers in there, what do you guys think of our ranking? Do you guys disagree with it? If you disagree with it, comment below. Why do you disagree with it? And also, if you agree with it, comment below as well too. Also, hit that like button and hit that subscribe button. Greatly, appreciate all you guys in here. Thank you so much. But we have Momoshiki at peak, Kawaki arc at peak, Code arc at peak, the Vessel arc at great, the Prophecy arc at great, and the most forgettable arc, the Mujin Bandit arc at D, which is the most forgettable arc of them all. But overall, Boruto has been really good as well. So I've been enjoying it since it's been coming out. And unfortunately, like I said before, when Naruto came out, I wasn't doing YouTube. YouTube wasn't around, so when Boruto came out, I was like, you know what? Regardless if people like it or don't like it, I'm gonna do reviews on it because Naruto is one of my favorite series of all time, and just be grateful that we still have more Naruto content because it could have been over. And that's it. We will never get no more Naruto content. But I'm enjoying Boruto. The time skip has been truly phenomenal.
For sure, Blue Vortex has been keeping the Naruto name alive, and low key, I feel like with good story writing and storytelling, it can challenge Shippuden for like top time skip arc and Naruto.
Right now, in the beginning aspect, I would say so far it's been better than Shippuden. But fortunately, we still have the Pain arc, we still have the Summit Kage arc, we still have the fourth arc, we still have a Itachi versus Sasuke arc. Like there's so many classic moments that Boruto Blue Vortex has a lot of shoes to be filled, for them to even surpass Shippuden. But as of right now, you got to go beginning of this time skips. Boruto 2 Black Vortex is better at the moment.
Yes, at least our main character looked like he actually trained. Naruto did all that and went with Jiraiya and came back
with a bigger Rasengan.
Naruto, like that's what did you learn? Boruto And these just last few chapters have pulled out more moves than Naruto has did over the whole series. Like it's just crazy how. And then he made his number one ability way more stronger. So it's like he really trained. Like I don't know if it's just I guess the threat level was different because I guess Naruto was training just to go against the Akatsuki, and the Akatsuki. I mean, they were strong, but they weren't no Ishiki, you know. I mean, they ain't those type of niggas, but at least what's his name looked like he trained and really took a hold of it type shit.
So I'm gonna name you three moves from Boruto. You tell me which one's your favorite one: the Yuzu Rasengan, the Flying Rising, or Purple Lightning.
I think I sort of right now I've been liking the Flying Raijin. I mean the Zukio Rasengan was pretty cool because it basically had what's his name on his feet and it was like, bro, I can kill you. And like he was beast with the whole setup of that. But I just feel like the Flying Raijin and how he been using it, like when he teleported to the frog or when he used it to get away from Miski's attack, and it's just he'd be like. This dude is, I don't know, he's not that great with it though, because he still has to do the signs and everything. But man, if he could get to peak Monito ability with that shit, monster. I like that he's utilizing everything.
The one thing I want to see is the Yuzu Rasengan at full power. I think we only got. I think we only got a little taste of it because he want to see where the 10 tails is at. But I want to see him use it at its full strength. That kind of reminds me of remember when because I remember I'm gonna reference this, but from your show when Goku fought Vegeta and he gained the Spirit Bomb, which was like this big. Remember that? Mm-hmm. Like it wasn't his true power just yet. I think it's probably the same exact thing with the Yuzu Rasengan. Like when he did that, when he hit cold, it wasn't that big of an attack. He was just holding back so much to get information. Maybe it can be as big as the fucking Spirit Bomb when he hit a Frieza or hit Boo. Because like, mind you, it's the planetary rotation. Like, it could be more to it.
I agree with that. I don't think he was using his full power to go against Cold in that moment. So I would like to see Boruto actually kind of going all out. We low key seen it a little bit when those I don't even 10 tail like fighters come out aside the 10 tails. They do have a name. You remember the name of their little clan?
The Shinjus?
That's the only time when it seemed like Boruto was like, yeah, I need to get the fuck up out of here. I didn't train to fight these motherfuckers. I didn't kind of get to see the Fire Raijin getting used again. And I like that how it's being used because it's one of the best escape type jutsu ever. And the fact that he uses it then to go back to the same tree, and that's when we figure out, Sasuke got what happened to him, and it's just interesting.
Dude, when he used it again against Mitsuki to throw up the sword, and he was Flying Rising, I was like, let's fucking go.
Bruh, I wonder who trained and like who put that more mindset. Like you need to utilize all the abilities.
It had to be Kashi Koji.
You think so? I feel like I want to say it's Kashi Koji because he probably the only one that Loki can teach him that. Because I don't know if Sasuke could, but
I think Sasuke might teach him all the the lightning jutsus. Because Boruto could already use lightning, so you helped him out to perfect the lightning jutsus.
Oh, I kind of like Mitsuki too, because Mitsuki looked like a monster with some of the abilities he's showing off too. It's like, where did he take the time to learn Sage Mode? And why didn't Kawaki think he was something he needed to keep his eyes out for? Because the motherfucker just put him to sleep. Like, when he was like Boruto in the village. Oh, okay. I had to go ahead and take him out real quick, because, he ain't going to be able to do it. He'd be like, hold up. What makes you think you going to do it?
The reason why I say this could be one of the best fights is because, mind you, Mitsuki's mind is manipulated. So, knowing that he wants to hurt Kawaki, which is aka his son and all that stuff, which is supposed to be Boruto, mind you, Mitsuki took that to the heart. So he's like, I'm going to protect Kawaki at all costs. And mind you, like Sage Mode being, him fully mastering Sage Mode now, like it's gonna be Akatsuki versus Asusuki versus Sage Mode, and see who's really the strongest person right now. And mind you, I love at the end when Boruto saying that, dude, I'm not gonna take it easy on you, just letting you know right now.
No, he can't take it easy on
No.
him. Like the amount of bloodlust Miski had for him right now is like you have, because I mean the whole part that him putting the little tracking snake on him to still fight him even though he had teleported away from the fight. Like Miski is not. And I like the fact that Shikamaru low key playing double agent where he's like, oh, I got one thing I do hate. I hate the fact that those old heads are still somehow given rules after all the Tsunade
No,
bullshit and
one.
all that.
How are they still alive?
That's interesting. I like
How,
the fact that you got to think that they weren't as important when Naruto was in office, or the fact that Naruto probably wouldn't even listen to their bullshit. To the fact to where like the only reason why I think they're prominent now is because Shikamaru isn't at the level that Naruto was at. You know what I mean?
yeah.
So they're kind of like trying to, oh, you don't need to do that. You need to go out there and kill Boruto. I would have been like, did you see him go out there and fight them motherfuckers? What? Y'all go out there and do that. Then we can go out there and kill them, because then we'll be on the same level. We don't have none of our ninja can fight that dude right
Rayshawn,
now.
these people have been alive since the third Hokage was alive. So mind you, they probably been alive when Toby Mama was around as well too. How are they still alive?
I mean, this is a world with chakra or something, so I'm believing that they doing something with that. Because I mean, that old lady. I wonder if that her brother's still alive from the sand, the Granny Chio,
Oh yeah.
and she got her brother. I wonder if her
Well,
brother's still
if the
alive. That would
con's
be
still alive, they got to be alive as well too.
And the fact, I mean, Tsunade looked super old. Like when she loses her jutsu to make her look young, she be looking older than them. So I be wondering how old some of these motherfuckers really is.
All right,
So I
Rayshawn,
think it is a chakra thing.
we got our first comment from Don't Know to Put Here. Boruto best new gen. Yes, it is. Yes, it
Yeah.
is.
So far, I like the fact that we got to the point where you're out of the Naruto atmosphere.
Nah, it's his
So
story.
now Boruto can be its own story.
Mhm.
Like, so I think that's pretty good. I mean, there's some other good ones. I just watched another kind of new gen show where I don't know if you've seen like the baseball anime Major. They actually have a new gen of that version of the show, which actually is pretty cool. So I thought that was pretty good. So.
The only sports anime I've watched is Blue Lock, and Blue Lock is fucking amazing. It's amazing.
The energy in that show is pretty good. So
Dude, like I'm not gonna lie, watching that, I'm like, man, I probably want to play soccer myself, but I don't think I got to stand on my enemy to play fucking soccer like they do.
Never get it. You'll never get the same thrill.
All right, so before we end this, I got two more things I want to ask you. Quick prediction of Chapter 7. I think this is gonna go an all-out fight. I think we're gonna see Boruto use the karma for the first time in a time skip. We might even see a Momoshiki appearance as well too, because it's been a long time. We have seen almost everybody since the time skip. Everybody that we wanted to see, we have yet to see Momoshiki, and I love seeing him pop up as well too. I don't think. Do you think he's able to control Momoshiki now, or is Momoshiki able to take control whenever he wants?
I feel like
I think he's at some capacity able to control it.
But you also got to remember, Momoshiki couldn't really take over him anymore. After he like healed him, he was just more or less a voice in his head that was like
that's right.
talking
Yeah,
shit.
forgot.
You know what I mean?
Yeah,
like he was just like, "Oh nigga, it's about to be the end day any day." Like he was just in his face all the time. So I think at this point he probably learned how to like just completely tune him out, or he's just not really listening to him. So I don't think it's actually like a huge control thing anymore.
You know, it'd be funny if he pops up. He's like, "Damn, you gonna hurt your boy like that? You gonna take that from your boy? You're not gonna fuck him. You're not gonna fuck him up with the Ryuzyuku Rasengan? Come on, man."
What I think the next arc is gonna do is build on what they're low key building on, is the fact that people can realize that maybe their memories have been altered.
Yeah, because
And I feel like something in this fight is gonna have either Miski remember something about Boruto that's gonna make him question who his son really is. And I think what's really gonna do it is their relationships. If you think about the relationship he had with Boruto, when they're like friends, same type of shit, and his relationship with Kawaki, where he's just his bodyguard, it's like why do I have this feeling of wanting to protect you so much? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And I feel like that's going to be the main thing in this fight that I think is going to be questionable. I think we're going to get a point in this fight where Momoshiki is probably going. I'm not Momoshiki, but Mishiki may look like he's going to win. Like I think Sage Mode is going to get a real nice look in this fight because just the fact that the bloodlust and the importance of this fight, because this part, even though you might not think this fight is important because it's two friends low key, and it can low key figure out what's going to happen. I want to see what parts so Serato's going to play in it too, because she's going to have a big impact on this fight. You might not think it because they like throwing her to the sideline, but she is Team 7.
I don't want nobody to interfere with this fight. I want this fight to fully play itself out. I don't want Sadara jumping in. I don't want Shikamaru jumping in. I don't want nobody from the Hidden Leaf jumping in. No, I want this fight to play out, and we want a clear victor in this fight.
They're not gonna want one of them to die, and that's gonna be the main thing. Because with the mindset Mishiki has, see, this is what I'm saying. Mishiki's gonna have to have a different mindset by the end of this fight.
Yeah.
Because right now he wants his head, like he wants to take Boruto's head back to the whole, not even the Hokage, to Kawaki and be like, "I got him. I told you," type of shit. Like,
all right, Rishan, got 2 more comments in here from Don't Know What to Put Here. Barto, Two Blue Vortex, everything I wanted. He also said that if the side characters get moments to shine, I think the timeskip will be truly peak. Yes. Once again, where is Sakura? I want to see her. Like, all right, how does she feel about Sasuke being gone again for another couple of years? You know what I mean? Like I said, I agree with the person with don't know what to put here. I agree with them. Like show more of the side characters. So, do you think if Boruto was to shine away for like maybe 5 chapters? Do you think it could still hold out to being good?
If he if they not let him be the main.
No, you know how like in Shippuden, Sasuke was like took over the story for like X amount of chapters and episodes.
Well, you'll have to figure out who is exactly the Deuteronomist to the story. Like who's it going to follow? Because technically, our 2 leads are in the same place. You know what I mean? So unless one left the village or do something, it'll be kind of weird from that. I would kind of like to see the story from different perspectives, but how the story going right now, it's not a story where you can low-key do that. Like you can't really show the perspective. I would like to see from like different villages. That's something I've always been wanting to see low-key, but that's like the main thing. But side characters, your first person you said was Sakura, which I'm interested if is Sakura the route they're going, or if they want to see more from the Boruto generation taking front line.
I'll be okay if Sakura took over for a little bit. Like I want to see what she's done. We haven't seen her fight since the Boro arc. Right?
Well, we've seen a lot of those kids fight. I mean, we haven't seen Shikadai in them fight. Yes. I mean, we got to see them do a little training with Himurari and stuff like that, but I want to actually see how a lot of these new age ninjas fight, because they all seen what's been going down. Like, what have y'all been doing to pitch yourselves on this level? Like,
mind you, we haven't seen a Makigan Sharingan from her since the time scale. I want to see what abilities does it do. Like, can she do the Atsunuraso like Itachi did, or I mean, as her father could do as well too? Does she have a Sosuno? Like, I want to see so many things. What can she do? Like, it's been we haven't seen her. She hasn't had a key moment since the Boro fight.
Yeah,
and that's been what 3-4 years already.
I mean,
it's been a long time, man. It's been a long time.
It'd be cool to see her pull out the Mangekyo Sharingan again. It'll be kind of cool to see what kind of route, if they do give her the internal Mangekyo Sharingan, like how is she going to get those eyes, or like if she going to take Sasuke's eyes from like the statue or some shit. That was it. I mean, that's some interesting routes they can go.
Yeah, even her looking up history on Itachi, I think that'd be dope as well too.
Yeah, or even the fact I like. Also the fact that Boruto came down to it. He just told her like what happened. You know what I mean? He didn't keep it a secret or nothing. That's something.
That's big balls. That's big balls right there. Your father to tell the daughter of the person that, yo, I wasn't able to protect your father, and I truly apologize. But what do you think it was? Remember when he flew away, like, from Neo from the Matrix, when he said that, there's something I gotta tell you. I think it's 2 things. The first one, probably not, confession of love for her, or letting her know, like, hey, there's a Shinju out there who looks like your father, and he's probably coming after you.
Oh, he most likely. I think that's one of the things he's probably definitely gonna tell her. Probably tell her something. Maybe Sasuke had told him like while they was training or something. But I think that's most likely the main thing. Or get her own point of what's probably going on with the Ten Tails, since he seemed like he did know, which
Yeah.
was interesting.
And the one thing that catches my eye the most as well too, he keeps every time he sees Sadara, he tells her survive, survive, survive. And it's telling me either he can see into the future what Momoshiki can do as well too, and maybe he saw an instance where Sadara dies, and he keeps reminding her, "Yo, survive, survive," because maybe when the Shinju, Sasuke, and Sadara fights, she might not really have it in her to go against him and maybe kill her. Because if you see it, watch, look at the few chapters before. He always tells Sadara, survive, survive.
I think the also you can go with the route is that he's seen someone he thought as like the top ninja get taken down. So it's like, yeah, we're at a survival
Mm-hmm.
standpoint. You never know when you're gonna be taken down or who the actual villain is. So I mean, him keeping that in her mindset with the whole world going against her and the fact that he can't protect her the way he probably will want to is interesting. But I also like the fact that, and I hope they kind of change it, that he stops seeing her as something he has to protect and show how strong she is. Because I don't like that she's kind of going into like that Cinderella role a little bit right now. But that's just me.
All right, before we end it, we got to talk about it. After a year of recapping the damn movie, we're finally moving on for the superheroes movie. How did you feel about this chapter about Dragon Ball? And are you happy with the direction it's going? Finally moving on from the superhero movie.
Oh, you're talking about Dragon Ball. I think it's interesting. I always said I thought the manga, even the manga retelling of the movie, is a little interesting because they do change certain things, give you more information about certain characters at different points in time. So I thought that was cool. I do like the fact that now we're kind of figuring out what the next threat is going to be going into the next arc. You have Goku meeting up with his kids at the end of the arc. They kept the beast transformation. And say, I don't know if Gohan can just access it, but I mean, he just threw it up with some niggas was just shooting at his house. So you never know. You never know. So I think it's gonna be interesting to see what route they go. I like the fact that Black Frieza was kind of mentioned, but we don't know what power level. But I like it. It's a nice art.
Yeah. I have a feeling we're going to a tournament arc soon. The reason why I say this is because they're training Broly. Gohan got his power up, and I think we're getting another, probably universe tournament because all these we're literally getting a small army of Saiyans right now.
I've been hearing other routes where a lot of people believe the Saiyans have to build themselves up because they think Frieza is that much strong. Like the next arc is going to be another Frieza versus like the Saiyans arc, which I
I
mean
don't
would
think
be
so yet.
interesting.
I don't think so yet. They might leave him for probably the midway of the end of Super
Give them a
because
little
I
bit
think they're
of
going to keep it out there. Oh, Frieza's still out there. Frieza's still out there.
yeah. And also with the power level, I like the fact that Beerus also kind of kept it like y'all not at my level yet, kind of scaling them where they kind of scaling everybody. I don't know if he didn't really mention Frieza or not when he said that. So I want to see if that becomes a fight, Frieza versus Beerus, which would be interesting.
Yeah, that'd be really good. But guys, we're gonna end it right here. Rayshawn, do you have anything else you want to say before we end it?
No, I want to say this was fun. I haven't really done that many lives, so this was pretty cool. Just this experience. I hope everybody enjoyed it. If you have any ideas or tips or anything you think we can do to make these more enjoyable to you, just hit us up or at our different Instagrams or anything. Other than that, it was pretty cool. I like talking about these arcs.
Yes, I want to thank everybody for being joining us in this live. Thank you for everybody who was comment below. Also hit the like button, hit that sub button as well too. Thank you guys, thank you so much. And the next time we'll be live, we'll be talking about the Dragon Ball Super chapter. I think it's what 103 or 104. But I wanted to be branching out more to other animes as well too. As of right now, I have so many things in my plate right now, so I was like, you know what, I'm a big Dragon Ball fan, and I like to put some content out there. Rayshon's a big Dragon Ball fan as well too, so we'll be doing lives for reviews as well too. Also, next month we'll start our back up the prediction videos of Boruto. So after this chapter 7, we'll do our prediction video for chapter 8 in March. So we got so many things coming up. So as of right now, we have a lot on our plate. So definitely great stuff, for live ideas. So thank you for everybody joining us. And before we end it, Rayshawn, where can they find you at again?
You guys can find me on all your podcasting platforms. I'm pretty sure there's going to be a link below. Right now, we're basically doing a retelling of the Dragon Ball arc.
Great stuff.
We finished up the whole Frieza arc. I haven't released the last video, but the Frieza arc is not the Frieza arc. I mean the Saiyan arc.
I was like, God damn, dude.
We haven't gotten to the Frieza arc yet. We're starting the Frieza arc, and I feel like it's going to be very enjoyable, guys. So if you feel like just kind of redoing those vibes, especially if you watched the Z already or haven't watched Z, go ahead and hit up my podcast, man.
Hold on, before I end it, how many parts do you think is gonna be the Frieza arcs? It might be 7 to 8 parts.
I'm trying to figure out how many episodes I want to do between each thing, because that's the main thing. Trying to make sure you do enough episodes where you can do an hour-long episode and it be good, but not trying to cram in 30 episodes worth of information. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
That's the thing.
All right, well, Rayshawn, thank you again. And everybody, thank you for viewing. Till next time, this is Culture Universe.